Hey, the Happiest Hour. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Happiest Hour. I'm so excited to have you here. And we're doing it. We're doing it again today. We've made it another day through this COVID landscape. You know that sound? That's the sound of liquid happiness. Today's Happiest Hour brought to you by Shaxberry's Arlo Cider, wild fermented from the hills of Vermont. Even you can drink like founding father and John Adams. I almost said Andrew Jackson. He didn't drink any cider. Andrew Jackson was too busy swearing and cursing. I'm, of course, your Civil War General, Brendon Lemon. With me is Lancey Joe. Lancey.
Hi. Hi, America. And Iceland.
Yeah, and Iceland. Erna Sophia from Iceland. I'm sure she's going to join. We're here again at 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern, and 3:30 Pacific, 11:30 GMT. Lance, do you have a pretty good day, man? How'd it go?
I've had a pretty good day. I finally got 100% on Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Whoa! Whoa!
Yes.
What? How'd you do it?
There was one mission where it was incredibly hard for me. I don't know. Some people might get through it pretty easily. We've all been there before on Grand Theft Auto Vice City where you can't get past the one mission.
You know what? I need to play more video games, man. I only play one. I play Terraria, which is like a Super Nintendo. It's like, you know how you know what Minecraft is. Everybody in the world knows what Minecraft is.
Right.
It's like Minecraft except two-dimensional and like you would play on the Super Nintendo. It's literally like it's a game that I played when I was like 9.
So like Tetris or something?
Yeah, well, it's like Minecraft. Like you build stuff and you run around the world and like. But that's what I don't know if I can handle the complicated problem solving involved with Grand Theft Auto. Like you got to go places and talk to people and do a thing and shoot a guy and I don't know, man. I feel tired just thinking about that.
Right. Well, it is. I mean, obviously, it's got a somewhat of a notorious reputation as far as like it's harmful for society or whatever because it is a pretty crude game.
Right. You can't. It's no more harmful than like any other thing that is like going on right now. You know what I mean? It's not like it's not like you can chart a downward path of society after Rockstar Games launched Grand Theft Auto 3.
But I will say though, it does have some positive benefits. For one thing, it saved my life on 2 different occasions because I was privy to what was going on. One time I almost got carjacked when I was, I guess, like 24 years old. I almost got carjacked. And I knew
serious?
what was happening. Yeah. I knew what was happening immediately because I play Grand Theft Auto. I knew what was going on. So I couldn't hit the square button fast enough to reverse out of there.
Wait. You did not really almost get caught. Are you kidding me? What happened?
I was in a sketchier part of Memphis, and I was picking somebody up from the airport. And
sketchier part of First of all, the airport near anywhere is a bad area.
Right. Isn't that weird?
Most crimes in the city happen within 1 mile of the airport.
It's I think that it's a vetting process for cities. They're like, okay, you want to come to our city? Well, you got to handle us at our worst.
Yeah. You don't deserve our best if you can't handle us at our worst.
You know,
the Marilyn Monroe approach.
Yes. Marilyn Manson said that, actually.
It was the Marilyn Manson approach. That's where the city gets a rib removed so it can suck its own dick. I'm pretty sure. That's the...
So I was I picked them up from the airport, but they were very delayed. And so it wound up being like 1 a.m. by the time we were on our way back through the sketchier part. And so a car was behind me, and I stopped at a red light, and that was the only car in sight. and then it pulled out in front of me, and I thought they were just running the red light and taking a left.
Yeah. Turns out they were trying to jack your car, bro.
They get out with sawed-off shotguns. You know something's going on.
They did not have sawed-off shotguns.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What the fuck, Lance?
Yeah. It was. I mean, it's I talk when I talk. I'm a comedian, so I talk in jest a lot. I talk very lightly about things. So
you turned me into a Lego figure. That was so crazy. I really wish this was Donald Trump.
Some people say this is the best.
We have the best.
That's like
Look like a crab person.
That's Minecraft unplugged. Legos.
Yeah, let's play Minecraft acoustic.
Yeah.
Acapella Minecraft. Fucking, I have to take that. I need to be on stage and be like, yeah, I grew up playing the games you all do as kids. Minecraft Unplugged, Legos.
Yeah.
We were playing acoustic Minecraft, Legos. Back when people did things in real space.
We used to play Grand Theft Auto Unplugged, where we just got hookers.
We just got hookers. That was the thing that we did.
That's how you do it. That's how we did it back in our day. We didn't need.
I think I was so sexually frustrated. If I knew how to get a hooker, I would have gotten one. Why not? You know what I mean? Who's it harming?
I was real afraid of that, and I'm glad I got over that. Boy, those were the dark ages.
Yeah, I don't know if you know about this about Lancey, but he has had sex once.
That's why I have to wear this suit. I'm just constantly getting hookers. I don't want people thinking like if you get hookers and you don't wear a suit, you're a loser. Okay. You have a suit on and you're getting hookers, people are like, yeah, but look at him. He looks nice.
Yeah, the police show up and they're like, oh, pardon me, sir.
Yes.
Go on your way.
You're going to have to come with us.
You're going to have to come with us. I love Aaron Klopper just said, I used to jack off to that. Perfect. Also, we need to do a shout out to our number one fan, Andrew Lawson. Hey, buddy.
Andrew Lawson. Andrew's been having some health issues lately, so we're thinking and praying and hoping that he has a speedy recovery and feels better soon.
Yeah, man, we just love him. He's great. He's been a big fan of the show and pushed us a lot, and we just hope that you're gonna do okay, so you can keep hanging out as we tell our dumb bullshit jokes to one another on here that miraculously you love. So thank you so much for being such a good guy, man. Yeah. Rachel Racina's actually joined us today. She's over there from Ireland. She probably joined for 2 seconds and then dropped off. I hope your health problems are also going decently, Rachel.
Has she had some?
Yeah, she was afflicted since birth by being born a woman. It's been a real challenge. That extra X chromosome.
Yeah, but they make 77. They make $1.77 every time.
Oh, she said hello. They make $1.77 every time. Oh my god, that was so sharp. I didn't even. That was like getting shot, and then I kept running, and 3 steps later, I was like, "Oh my goodness, I think somebody got me."
Oh, that's a joke. The Klinger joke.
Yeah, I might have to take this joke home and wash it off in the shower.
Yeah. That's how COVID got started, actually, is that somebody washed their hands for only 19 seconds. Not the full 20 seconds like the CDC recommends. Somebody did 19 seconds and all hell broke loose.
It was that last 1%. The hardest one. It's been plaguing us left and right on this show.
People think it's so dumb that, you shouldn't joke about people, like I have told jokes about people like eating some like crazy thing like bat or aardvark or whatever, and then this happens.
Bat or aardvark.
That's so ridiculous. We all know that it was created in a lab.
Oh my God! Yeah, this was. I messaged you about this earlier. Did you see that video circulating Facebook today? Everybody was like, "I don't normally share things like this, but I really feel like this information needs to get out before they remove it." And it's some clearly angry and almost unhinged woman who's like, Dr. Anthony Fauci, blah, 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 and just is going off about how it's like, he stands to make billions on a vaccine. And like it's so crazy, dude. Do you notice 0 other countries do this shit? This is like, it's only America. Like, I don't see the fucking Norwegian, like, head of, coronavirus response being attacked by some Norwegian unboarded doctor who got, like, their medical license revoked, talking about, like, how, Helger Nordstrom is lying to Norway. Like, it's only here.
Yeah, but to their defense, I don't watch any news from overseas. I get mad when the New York Times even mention other cultures. I'm like, oh, again with the liberal agenda. All right, there's other countries.
Yeah, I read this article in the New York Times the other day, and it was like Nantucket Island, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, stop talking about Britain. This is stupid. This is America. We got the lower 48 are the best 40 great. That's what I say.
That's what I tell Britain. Learn to speak the language or get out.
Get out, buddy. COLOUR. Fuck off. Go back home.
That's not how you spell that.
That's not how you spell it. Alyssa. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, Alyssa. You shared it. I'm glad you shared it. I'm glad you shared the video. My cousin just posted a sad face, and I know exactly why, because she's the one who I saw that video from. And it was really good that she posted it. You should watch it. But I definitely was like, why does this only happen here? Like, I don't see this. I didn't see, like, the French minister doing it. I didn't see the Spanish minister doing it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe they got their own problems.
Yeah.
First of all, they're not American. That's the biggest of all problems.
That's the biggest problem. I had a joke about being American once. I can't remember it. I can't recall that one American joke I had. I've
repeated your joke about Bernie Sanders to so many people. It's like one of my favorite. I said it to we're going to get a guest, Jay Schweed, who's a really cool, funny guy. He's hilarious, and he's so much fun and interesting to talk to. He's going to be on the show in a couple of weeks, and he's was Joy Shanneberger actually connected us. And I repeated your joke to him about Bernie because it was just too goddamn funny. I think I give you credit every time I say it, but
that the New York court, a judge said that everyone in New York has to go vote for Joe Biden. That's what they said today. Everyone in New York has to. They issued a decree.
Looks like, sorry, so we should let the watcher, know that aside from alienating all of our friends and family, which I've done thus far in the podcast, this episode is also good. I said podcast again. This episode is going to be was going to have, Jay Hernandez, who's a lawyer friend of mine, really funny guy, and, very active on TikTok. He was going to join the show today, but last minute had some lawyering duties come up and messaged me like just before the show and was like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. I can't join today," all this kind of stuff. So we've been kind of I've been kind of scrambling to try to be like, "Oh shoot, in the last 10 minutes before the show, who can we, get on here?" Not that I don't mind just hanging out and, and bullshitting with you the whole time, which is certainly amazing. But the point is, I think Tim Cox might end up joining us, which would be fantastic. I hope he still has Skype. He's trying to figure that out right now.
That is an issue with people. But it'll happen.
Yeah, well,
He'll call in here.
It's like I get it. It's like grabbing a happy hour and somebody just has to work a little late. There's no problem. I understand. I mean, he's dead to me. I'm writing him out of my will, but I was going to leave him all of my college loans.
I'm writing him out of my Will Smith CD. I was going to give that to him.
I got some jokes about America we can talk about.
Okay, yeah, hit me with one, and then I'll try to piece together what I remember of mine.
I would love, this was my favorite part, I don't want to say this was my favorite part of yesterday. My favorite part of yesterday, before we got Dylan on the phone, was talking with you about these Corona jokes, which was too much. It was, like, honestly so much fun. Let me, here we go. I'm going to go through a few of these guys. Trading time internationally is always difficult because of the exchange rate. 1 American hour is worth 3 Mexican hours. It's stupid. It's so stupid.
Is that true?
Yeah, the exchange rate's pretty good with Costa Rica right now. You can get a lot more time if you go down there.
All right. You want to hear my American joke?
You better believe I do.
All right. Was Jesus a white guy? Was he black? Who knows? But one thing's for sure. He was American, damn it. Why else would the Bible be in English? All right. I've read the LeBron James version just like you and I, okay? Went straight up out of high school, straight into the pros. I know, you know. I love it when you make your knees touch your elbows.
That's so good, man. I love it when your knees make you have like a tendency to do these jokes that I think, how did he even think of that? Like, how did Lancey even come up with that concept? Like, here's one I got. Oh man, I got 2. These are so dumb. All right, here we go. In China, it's so dirty. It's so dirty, and that's why all these plagues come out of there. I'd say they have an environmental problem.
Virus.
Instead of environmental, yeah, it's bad. It's why I've never done it on stage.
I like it. Environmental problem.
I wouldn't say it's environmental. It's more environmental.
Yeah, that's
how you deliver the joke. Anyway, here's another one that has nothing to do with America or the virus, but the first job on record was being hired to produce the pyramids. Poor Egyptians were paid in beer to build giant, useless things to a guy who thought he was a god. And in 6,000 years, literally nothing about work has changed. Oh, it's so dumb.
Except Trump doesn't even pay his contractors in beer.
No.
He pays them nothing.
No, he pays them in ventilators these days.
Yeah, ventilators. That's IOU.
Oh man, did Tim message me? I should double check this. I just have so much fun hitting these things. Nope, not yet. Well, Tim, if you're watching, I hope this gets me. You were able to reach me on this thing. I got a few more here, man. We should roll through these.
Yeah.
And then I got to hear about what you're going to conquer next after you defeated Vice City. What's the next one, man? You got more GTA on the horizon?
Yep, I'm going to go on through to the next chapter, which obviously is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Ooh.
With a much larger map, so I should be busy with that for a while.
Dude, well, and then you're going to move on, you're just going to roll through them. You got to live stream that stuff. You should connect with Ali about getting that up on Twitch. That'd be a lot of fun to hear your one-liners as you're rolling through San Andreas.
Yeah, I'm thinking about. I'm probably going to have him on the show tomorrow night, so we'll definitely get into that.
Oh man, I had this joke lined up, and it's actually so dumb I can't even do it. It's so bad. So I went through for like months. I like would write since the beginning of the year. I would write 10 jokes every day, and a lot of them were pretty bad. Like probably 90% of them
Yeah.
were
But that's
really,
the comedy
really bad.
game. That's the comedy
it's
game.
Just they were all so bad, man.
For those of you listening, that's actually a good. Like if you're getting 1 out of 10, that's a great.
You're like
that's great.
That's Hall of Fame right there.
Yes.
I'm the LeBron of jokes. Putting my knees to my elbows.
I know, you know. Well, I love it when you make your knees touch your elbows and bring it down low. The LeBron James version of the Bible. Everybody loves it. That's what. When Jesus checked his Twitter, he saw that King James retweeted 34,000 of his tweets.
You wrote that. That's pretty good. 34,000 of his tweets.
I actually researched how many scriptures there are.
How many verses there are in the Bible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Too many verses, not enough MCs. Thanks, MCA. I might not know about sports, but I know about 1980s white rap group references. All right. Here we go. Well, let's see what other jokes I got here. God damn. I must have really hated my job earlier this year because all of my jokes are like, somebody recently said to me, "Oh man, tired of the 9 to 5, huh?" And I was like, who is only working from 9 to 5? That'd be a vacation to me. That's the joke. That's what I wrote. And I thought, someone will think this is funny.
Yeah, used to you were like, man, if I could just get a Corona and find a beach. And now you're like, if I could just get a beach and Corona will find my ass.
If they ever lose somebody on the beach, if there's ever a missing person, they should just release some Corona and follow it to that person.
What's the quickest way to the beach? Corona, show us the way.
Oh man, I love that we're back to two viewers. Me and you are watching this show.
Oh yeah. They'll watch it in syndication.
This live stream is, people were like, and when's the content? I got all these emails from last year when I was in Cannes, and they were like, do you have any content that's ready to go? And I was like, not yet. And then I got the eCam subscription so we could produce this beast.
Well, let me tell you, I was reading back on my notes, and on March 1st, Vice President Donald Pence said, what's Mike Pence? Mike Pence said, we will have more coronavirus cases. And he called it.
Yeah.
He called that. On March 1st, he said that.
He said that shit. Man, people need to recognize he's going to go, after Trump's third term, he's going to be a great president.
Actually, the Trump, after he's immortalized, then his daughter's going to take the reins, I think.
Oh my God! If not Jared Kushner,
Jared Kushner,
the Kush,
he is now the Surgeon General. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, he declared victory. Did you see that? He was on the news and he's like, "We've done it. We've accomplished it." And you're like, "What the fuck? People are dying every day." Like,
right. That's like when Bush went on that
aircraft character, mission accomplished.
Yeah. And they were like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh man, leave it to a Republican to declare victory too early. Like, that's so. All of their wives must be so unsatisfied. You know what I mean? Oh baby, we did it. No, you did it.
Well, Well, anytime we've had a Democratic president, there's never the economy gets so bad that we can't even see straight.
Oh man, it's been I feel like the last two Democrats we had were born in Kenya and and then a total a member of the Illuminati. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, really? I didn't know Clinton was born in Kenya. Just kidding. She'll never be president. And one.
Oh shit! Bang! He nailed that before the buzzer. That comes straight from reading the LeBron James Bible. I want to see you have pickup game like that without praising a couple times a day. I have faith in he who is above, which is LeBron as he's going towards the basket.
Towards the basket like this with the ball.
What? He's praising.
Did you see, in Thailand, there's a big industry in Thailand where people ride elephants.
Uh-huh.
So since the coronavirus has been happening, a lot of, this is not a joke, a lot of elephants are unemployed. And they're also, lots of elephants have started podcasts.
I've seen a lot of elephants on TikTok lately also. So many. They're trying to do the dances, but all they do is wobble back and forth. They've got that trunk.
Yeah, and they're good memories, elephants.
I saw them. They're great at trivia. If you can get an elephant on your team, it's fantastic. But
it's great. Yeah,
the hardest part of getting an elephant on your team is just getting them into the bar.
It really is, especially if they have the free peanuts or whatever.
Yeah, plus they're endangered. So,
actually, I think that was a Simpsons joke. When Bart got an elephant one time, he won an elephant.
Yeah, he got that. By the way,
they took him the elephant into Moe's, and because he had free peanuts, and he was like, "I think you're taking advantage of my gracious."
All of here's a Corona quarantine hack for everybody watching. You can go check out Disney Plus has every episode of The Simpsons on it. I discovered that recently, and I was like, holy shit. Yeah, I watched the one with Homer, who gets the job at Globex, remember? And it turns out he's working for a Bond villain. That's like
what season is that?
Season 8, I think.
Okay, I should know this. Yeah.
Everything.
Oh, it's like the redheaded dude that's like...
Hank Scorpio.
Yeah. Yes.
Who's like the world's best boss. Homer does great at his job, and his family hates living in that town. It's like the greatest episode. It's called You Only Move Twice is the name of the episode.
It's kind of like they're in Seattle or something, like somewhere hip, or like Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly
right.
I
got to go back and watch that episode. That's so good.
Oh my God, dude. It's unbelievable. That whole show is like spectacular.
Well, season 3 through 9 are real fire.
Hot fire.
Hot fire being spot.
Hot fire. Well, it was like seasons 3 through, what did you say, 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was going to say. Everything is gold, like every episode.
So good, so good.
One of my best childhood friends who has an even more ridiculous beard than me, a guy named Kevin Wolf, who may or may not join this podcast at some point. He's a brewer, but he lives out in, he used to work for Tesla, and he lives out in California now. Why do I say he's a brewer? Because with a beard like that, you have to brew beer. I think it's a legal requirement.
Or if you have a beard like that, you probably actually worked for Nikolai Tesla.
Nikolai Tesla.
Not Tesla, the car corporation.
Here's my favorite thing about Nikola Tesla. He worked, after he quit working for Thomas Edison, he worked for an entire year digging ditches in New Jersey. Like, he's a fucking genius. Like, he's a mathematical, engineering, electrical genius.
Yep.
And he had the most sophisticated version of arc light energy that the world had ever seen. and he dug ditches for an entire year in New Jersey, and then died. He like drank himself to death in a hotel room after he worked for Westinghouse. It's like it blows my mind.
Yeah, I watched the thing about him, and I don't remember any of it. But that's hilarious that digging ditches. Isn't it funny that digging ditches is like that's the stereotypical worst job you can
have. It's like the go-to bad job. If somebody describes something, what were you doing? Digging ditches? Oh, shit, man, that's bad. Yeah, it's no watching 12 toddlers. I'd rather dig ditches than watch a dozen toddlers, man. That sounds awful.
Yeah. Oh.
They'll run around and ruin your house.
Okay, here's a headline for you.
Yeah.
Grey's Anatomy plans early season finale. A shocked public responds, that show's still on the air?
I think Shonda Rhimes is just milking that thing for every dollar it's worth.
Man.
How much? People can't watch television anymore under the age of 50.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you're watching TV, you've got to be over the age of 50, and that programming is all just Nick at Night and Dancing with the Stars.
Right.
I can't think of anything else that anybody else would watch on that thing.
Well, you know how they say the book is better than the movie, or in this case, the show? I read Grey's Anatomy. It was nothing like the show. It was more like a dictionary of medical terms.
Oh my God, man! Have you said that's funny? That was more. I read the book. It was really dry.
Yeah, what are they? I don't know.
There was no sex in it. Hey, Sarah Biggs Elner, thanks for joining. This is my cousin in the UK. We get a real international crowd here at the Happiest Hour.
SBE in the house.
Oh, the SBE in the house. She's coming in hot.
Coming in hot.
Oh shit, with her drinks.
SBE.
The UK, they don't have any in Europe. They don't have any qualms about when to drink. So the Happiest Hour can last for all night over there. So Sarah, you find this funny, Lancey. Sarah and her husband Stephen, who are lovely people. They a couple of years ago, I went out to go. I was out in the UK for work, and I did some stand up at a couple of different joints in London, and then when I went to Oxford to go see them, that's where my family lives, we went to the Isis Boathouse, which is the name of a bar that is on the Isis River, but it was really on the nose at that time. It was, like, ISIS was a big deal, and so I went to this boathouse and I did stand-up at an open mic, but it was an open mic. It was a true open mic. There wasn't like a bunch of comedians. It was like people who would get up and like a cappella play guitar, a cappella of Minecraft. They would get up and they would do something in front of this crowd. And it was like a really funny, I love that Sarah just said it was a dodgy old shack. It was a dodgy old shack. It was very dodgy. And it was filled with grad students from different universities in Oxford. And there was a whole bunch of Spanish ones who like barely spoke English. And I got up and I did stand-up comedy. And they all wanted to yell at me. It was one of the weirdest sets I've ever done in my life. It felt like nobody was listening except for one Irish guy who was like yelling at me. And
so it was bad. It was not.
Well, that's the thing. It actually went really well. Like it bizarrely went really. Like I got off and people were like, "Oh, that was like the Irish guy was like, oh, that was really funny, mate. Yeah, that was really funny. Like you got up there and you told the jokes. That was really funny, mate." And they're like. People and I don't know where to touch ground because like the English and the British have this sense of humor. I love that Sarah was like, it wasn't that bad. It was quite bad. No, it was the British have this sense of humor where if they tell you that you did well, you probably actually did shitty. Like they're trying to make you feel better about the shitty thing that you did. So I couldn't tell how it went when I got off stage.
Well, it is good to say that you've bombed in the ISIS boathouse or whatever.
God damn it, you beat me to it, Lancey.
Was that part of it?
Yeah, I bombed in the ISIS boathouse. I'm murdered with ISIS. It was terrible.
The only way you're going to get the ISIS's boathouse's respect is if you outbomb them.
Oh man,
That's how that show was at Replay. It was so bad that ISIS took responsibility for it.
holy shit! So what Lancey's referring to, audience, is the time that we did stand up at Replay, which is a place in Chicago, not too far, and it was a challenging set. You did the best you could with it, man. It was a unique time. You held your own.
Well, I went back 1 week later after you had went on jihad to New York, and I did much better, and it was still bad.
That room was almost engineered to destroy stand-up, though.
But what it does though is it's almost like wearing like ankle weights or like one of those weighted vests around. Because then for the rest of the week, anytime I went and did stand up, I was like, y'all can't hurt me. Y'all aren't playing pinball now. Y'all aren't yelling at the stage, so I can do my jokes.
So you're exactly when you start, it feels like it actually. Like you were swimming with rocks or something before.
Right, like I'm whoever that author was that put rocks in her pockets and walked into the water to kill herself.
What?
Hey, Laura, who was that author that killed herself by putting rocks in her pockets?
Oh boy.
Who? Virginia Woolf.
Ah, there we go.
Maybe.
Who's afraid of Virginia Woolf?
Virginia Woolf, that's how she committed suicide. She put rocks in her pockets.
And wandered into the water.
First of all, we think it's Virginia Woolf. This may be fake news, but surprisingly, Brendon doesn't know about this.
I didn't know it. This is one of the few things I was not aware of.
Yeah, she took one look at your vest and was like, Brendon already knows it's Virginia Woolf.
Tim is having technical difficulties, I think. Tim wants to join with me on Skype. Oh my goodness. It's amazing to me, the challenge with this live show without having a bunch of producers basically is that, here we go. We're gonna get him. Is that somebody else can't handle these problems off air. That was where I was going with this. Let's go ahead and get him. I know this is riveting. I would say television, but it's actually not television at all, is it? Well,
do you have an ambulance sound effect playing?
Dude, it has been a non-stop Foley over here in this apartment today because it's been ambulances. It's been a fucking jackhammer was going off out here earlier. They're building a house like 2 doors down or something, and it's like so not like it's unstoppable.
They call me the jackhammer of podcasts
of sex.
They call me the jackhammer in sex. Not because I'm so powerful, but because I could really mess up a podcast.
I gotta call one of these dudes. You know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna get him on here.
Uh-oh.
You better watch out. If you got a sneeze with a beard, woo! Oh, god damn it, this thing. The more technical difficulties. There we go. Lancey, you're back.
I'm back.
What a challenging... I think this is the worst episode we've done in terms of... It's like a non-stop series of technical difficulties. I'm having a lot of fun hanging out with you, though.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, no one. People in the comments sound off to let Brendon know that you're not offended. Yes.
Oh, they're gonna be offended, man. They're gonna be offended, and you're gonna be offended because who just joined us? Dylan Scott, everybody.
What's up? What's up, guys? What you guys up to?
Tim Cox really looks different here.
Oh, you're trying to just go fully gay, getting somebody else on? What's happening?
Oh my gosh. We were kind of just wrapping up a little bit here, but we've been having nonstop technical issues on this pod, man, and I thought
I realized that. That's why I jumped in.
I was like, why not? Why not instead of landing this plane, let's crash this motherfucker into the ocean. Let's get Dylan on.
Why not have the human embodiment of a technical issue come on?
Oh man, are you and Liz writing jokes during this thing?
I don't know if what you can describe them as jokes.
If I call my own jokes, I can describe literally anyone else's jokes as jokes.
She's actually been doing a lot more actual like Skype shows than me. I've just been dicking around. She's actually done shows where she's been booked on in like LA and New York and stuff.
What? That's cool.
I'm literally cooking homemade cat treats right now. So.
Oh my gosh! Hold on a second. Who do we got on here to join us? It's Tim Cox, ladies and gentlemen. There he goes. Tim, you just joined a maelstrom, buddy.
Emphasis on the males.
Wait, is it just us?
Yeah, it's
like streaming 4 people.
We've got 4 people on here. We've got me, you, Lancey,
Dylan.
and Dylan Scott.
Dylan, are you taking a break from your beer pong game?
Oh man, still recovering from that. That was 6 hours we did that.
You did beer pong for 6 hours, Dylan?
I thought it was like a cricket match. It was going to go over days.
No, we did because it was every cup I owned. We had about 50 cups that we were playing beer pong with.
Man, yeah, I think one of those things was the Holy Grail.
We're getting a great tour of both of your apartments here.
This is the guest boudoir. I'm sitting at the window.
Tim, how have you been handling the apocalypse?
Oh, Lancey, he probably already told you. I'm great.
You look great, man.
I'm working out with my rubber bands, going for 4 6-mile walks a day. You know?
I love it.
House arrest suits me.
And this whole time you could have been committing crimes.
Right? Yeah, I was writing some jokes about that today. I'm like, I'm getting so used to this. I might have to commit a crime to get back in house arrest when this is all over.
So you are writing jokes during this whole thing?
I did today. I brought my notepad with me on my walk and sat and wrote by the river for a bit because I was like, I should write more. But I always am putting stuff on my phone. Same old.
Let me ask you guys this question. Are any of you, I know Lancey, you're staying inside basically altogether, but are any of you guys going out? And if so, are you wearing a mask while you do it?
Oh, yeah. I got a real stylish mask.
You can take your mask off, Dylan. It's fine.
Oh, shit.
JK.
No, the problem is,
Lance, you look like you got a spot on MSNBC later tonight. What's going on?
Yeah. With Brett, what's his name? I don't know. What are those guys' names?
Kavanaugh. Yeah, you got a spot with Brett Kavanaugh. You guys are drinking beer? You gonna drink some beers?
What's that? What is that? They sell that in like school cafeterias?
Look at my teeny tiny little baby cider.
Yeah, it's like the milk carton.
Pen pal. Pen pal.
Nice.
We've been slamming drinks here for a while.
Is that a high alcohol?
I don't wear a mask. Not on my walks, but I always bring it if I have to stop into the store or whatever. But I'm always like I'm walking in the street. I'm giving people a wide berth.
Yeah.
And I want to breathe the fresh air. So
if you stay 6 feet away, you're probably fine.
I got one of these defective. I got one of these defective masks. Mine just smells like weed, and I don't know why.
It's like a little potpourri pouch you got there. Like
I mean, it came like this. I don't know.
It's got so much resin on it. How did that happen?
It's actually now an edible. It got so much weed residue.
What about you? Are you you're in Chicago, or where you're always jettisoning?
I know,
back
I'm always
and forth?
bopping around. I'm back in Chicago. Now, this is now the third time that I attempted to move to New York, and God decided otherwise.
It's a sign.
Yeah, right.
Whatever I know you were going for the third time's a charm thing, but
third time's a pandemic.
It doesn't. Yeah. The third time is Charmed, starring Shannon Doherty.
She was like, do you know she was on that season of? Did you guys ever watch that show on Sci-Fi? It was like Scared or something Scared.
Oh yes, Scare Tactics.
Scare Tactics, yeah. Where Shannon Doherty hosted that show after Stephen Baldwin left the show, I think.
She did host that briefly, and that has one of my all-time favorite pranks with like a fake science lab, and they dress a little person up as like a mutant rat thing. And so little people in any monster costume is already a win. But this guy who they prank like at this lab, this guy, he's like a tall, twinky gay guy, and he flips his shit. It's so great. You could find like Rat Boy Prank or something like on Scare Tactics. It's one worth watching.
I knew as soon as you said it has one of my favorite pranks on it, I knew immediately the one you were talking about. Because
it's a classic.
It's unbelievable as this guy attempts to talk to the rat, the little mutant rat thing that he thinks is real.
And then it scurries.
Yeah, and it like runs across the room.
And he like flips out.
And he's do you need help?
And then it runs and he like falls into shambles. Which is like always a great thing to see on these shows. It's like, who is going to be paralyzed and just die? Like if like the fight or flight response is pretty great.
There's one, I should say this, you guys should watch this after we get off of here in a few minutes, but there is a great YouTube prank channel, and if you just YouTube Spider Dog and you just leave it at that, what will come up is this amazing video of a guy who built this like felt like little dog vest, but it makes his dog look like a little spider with like extra legs.
Oh, okay.
And he just around like his town, he just created this like using string and shit. He just created things that look like webs, and so somebody would be walking like underneath, like they'd be walking under a highway and they'd see these like weird webs around, and then he would just have his dog like run from one place to another with the suit on, and people would freak out. Like some guy's carrying a cell phone and he looks around and sees like he's surrounded by this shit, and then he like looks over and sees this dog and he throws his phone at the dog and like runs away.
Yeah, that's my kind of stuff. I don't even need stand-up comedy to return. I love scare pranks. I think it's the pinnacle of comedy.
Do you guys know that show, The Carbonaro Effect?
Oh yeah.
Yes. So
Janelle Murphy's been on that show.
That's what I was about to say. There was an episode of that like took place in Chicago, and I guess like the way they get people to go on is they it's not random people. They like send people that think that they're there for like gigs and stuff. Mm-hmm. So the episode that was here, there were like out of all the people that did it, like there were like 6 stand-ups and improvisers from Chicago that were sent out to this thing. So like there's been like so many people that just from like the scene that were getting pranked by this show, and the one that Janelle was one of them, and she was actually on the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard she got on there. And
what was the prank?
I never saw her prank though.
I don't know. I haven't. I'm more of an Impractical Jokers kind of guy, so
it's good.
All that great True TV.
Yeah.
You know what True TV stands for? Impractical Jokers Channel.
It's just played on a loop. Well, Amy Sedaris had a show on there for a while.
Right, like a cooking show.
Yeah, and she had
she's so funny.
It was a great show, and she had amazing guests. Like Michael Shannon was on one episode. I'm like, this is like the level of talent is so much greater than this network.
one of the best actors. Well, she's like a delight, and I think people like love her genuinely. So that's why she can snag those kinds of celebrities. But I think she did Jimmy Kimmel years ago when she had a fake cookbook come out.
Yeah.
And the segment she did where she makes this banana sundae is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It's like she puts a whole banana, inside ringed pineapple out of the can. She dumps the cylinder of pineapple onto the plate with the juices and all, and then she sticks the banana in the hole of the pineapple, so it's sticking out of the pineapple, and then she takes a teaspoon of mayonnaise. She puts that on the tip of the banana, and then she puts a cherry on the top of the mayonnaise, and she's like banana. She's like the pineapple sundae. It's just like but you have to see this thing because it's obviously very phallic, and the dollop of mayo is the key.
The dollop of mayo sells it.
On the tip of the banana.
Oh,
how have you guys been? Like, are you guys doing okay? Like, Dylan, do you live with Liz Greenwood? I take it.
No, we're bouncing around. She lives like 10 blocks. She lives like 10 blocks away from me. So we're bouncing around.
That was a great sound effect. Dylan Scott's now a Foley artist.
Yeah. Just moving my...
Hold on, let me crinkle that plastic wrap.
It's actually the last thing of pledge wipes in Chicago. So.
Beauty fit.
Yeah. But no, we're bouncing around. But she has a cat, so we're kind of going between the two of our places.
DeBrickashaw, correct?
Yeah. Yep. So that's what I'm actually currently making homemade cat treats for the cat. So. Because I'm that bored.
And also that domestic.
You use?
Yeah.
Like tuna?
Yeah, you in a food processor blend. Welcome to the cooking segment portion of the Happiest Hour.
Happiest Hour.
Yeah. You blend.
First of all, you take an entire thing of pineapple.
Yeah. No, in a food processor, you just do flour, water, tuna, and catnip, and then you put it in the oven on high until it gets hard, and then you cut it up, and it turns into cat treats.
Then you put a little...
I want to smell what that smells like.
It's got to be bad.
Or, like, strangely intoxicating.
Right. For a cat, at least.
You ever get random cats outside your apartment when you're baking these?
You have, like, 40 cats... just like ascending on an apartment in Chicago, in Uptown.
Dylan dies in a B movie, a horror B movie. These cats swarming him.
Or I harness the power of the cat to become like Lord of the Cat.
You come back as like Catwoman.
Parade.
So, yeah,
that's kind of
my day. I woke up 30 minutes ago, and that's what I've been doing.
I just noticed that thing behind you, Lancey. It's pretty creepy. It's like someone's over your shoulder. Like a man.
Right here?
Yeah.
Chris Rock.
Nice.
Oh.
You have a well-decorated apartment, Lance.
I know.
You and Laura have really done a good job.
Very cosmopolitan over there.
All I have is this.
Well, your old backdrop looked a little bit more sophisticated. Your old office backdrop.
Wasn't it just like the white? Wasn't it just the white stuff in the background?
I thought you had a few trinkets from your travels.
Yeah, that's right. Like I had a whole thing like back there on the desk. Is what I think you're referring to.
But this one is more humor based.
Humor department. He's the dean of the humor department.
Well, we moved. Yeah, we moved. I say like this whole thing. I moved during this pandemic.
Brendan's actually sitting on the toilet right now. That's the room he's in.
That's a slang for me wearing Depends, actually, which is, let me tell you, if you want to experience true freedom during a pandemic.
Well, they ran out of toilet paper, so you had to,
I had to do something.
Think of a new option.
I had to do something. Jesus. We should probably wrap this up. We're almost at an hour, man. We had the technical difficulties getting Tim on. Tim, we gotta have you back.
I had to download Skype and everything.
Yeah,
I didn't know what my username was.
That was my point. Nobody has Skype.
The last time I was using Skype, I was masturbating online. That's how long ago it's been that I've used Skype. Just so you all know.
What is this other than lemon masturbating, though? Like,
it's pretty. Hey, Lancey's a part of this show too.
Me too.
Lancey's the sex appeal.
He's such a good-looking man.
He could be he could be a sports anchor.
You really could, man. You need to go move back to Memphis and start announcing.
Well, maybe that's I don't know. I mean, I'm not tech savvy enough, but that would be a fun way to do Skype humor. Is like we are all different news people in some capacity, you know, and we get on and we, you know, that would be different. Not a bad way to do.
Now a report from.
Or do characters or whatever have come on and, you know, but maybe you have one or two.
I wore the wrong tank top to be a sports.
But you have Lancey is the look for being like either the anchor or like, you know.
My clothing option right now fits Lancey's voice. Like
Dylan, you're witness to all the crimes.
Yeah.
Dylan, you're the witness to all the crimes.
I just realized you said you woke up like an hour ago and you already had a Bud Light when we called you.
No, I got it because you were like, do you want to do it? And I'm not a pussy. I'm not going to not drink on a happy hour show.
Well, I'm happy to have you guys on. Thank you guys for joining. Tim, where can everybody follow you, buddy?
I live in Andersonville. But
this is literally what Dylan said yesterday.
That's why he's laughing.
No, we know I'm not classy enough to live in Andersonville.
Hey, this is the home of the resistance up here. Right? Ground zero. We are going to shed the most tears when Trump wins again.
It's cool that you live in an abandoned Elizabeth Warren office.
Right? Bloomberg had an office on my street. It was so sad.
Abandoned Elizabeth Warren. That's the joke of the day.
Yeah, that nailed it, Dylan. Cake. That's exactly what.
Looks like it.
That's exactly what Dylan described. He's going to swoop in for a few minutes and drop the hardest joke and then leave.
Is that all right? I did my part. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye, Dylan.
All right. Hope to join you again for my other half hour.
All right. No, we gotta get you on here when this works properly. Thank you for downloading it.
Hey, we do have to remember though. That's how you get rid of Dylan. You just laugh at one of his jokes and he'll leave. Yesterday we could not get rid of him.
It was like he's like Rumpelstiltskin.
He goes out on top.
Tim Cox, take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
nice
Tim.
to see your faces. Take care.
You.
Bye.
You as well.
Oh my gosh, that was a good time. I'm glad that
it won't hang up.
It won't hang up. Tim says, "That's it. You got it, buddy. I believe in you." There we go. Lancey, I can't do it tonight, but I need to do the Lancey Joe on Venmo show again.
Yeah, for sure, man. Anytime you want. My good buddy Brendon Lemon can be on. You just call me up. You can call me up in the middle of the night. I'll wake up and or I'll walk away from Grand Theft Auto and I'll come over here and. You
would do that for me?
I would crank up the Facebook Live and we'd do a show right there. I don't give a damn.
Buddy. Way, buddy. Well, Lancey, we're hitting time, man. Thank you so much for being on again. This has been keeping me sane such that my sanity is during this entire situation. So I appreciate you being on, man. We got to keep it going. I'm looking forward to having a lot of really good guests coming up next week and the week after. I'm trying to line them up. Going to be doing it. So be well, man. I will see you tomorrow.
You too.
And have a good show later tonight.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.